found a dog. Mom, Paul, you're not bringing a stray dog up here. Dad, I found him tied up in an abandoned store on my route. They left him to starve. You should see him. He's beautiful. Mom, Paul, listen, you are not going to bring a stray dog up here. I mean it. Dad, Paula. Mom, Paul, I'm serious. Do not bring a dog up here. Do you hear me? Dad, Paula. Author's note. Yes, my parents' names really were Paula and Paul. I know, it's cute. I now return you to my partially imagined phone conversation, already in progress. Mom, don't hang. Paul, don't you dare hang up. Paul! The bungalow we rented was basically one large bedroom, a bathroom, a small kitchen, and faded linoleum as far as the eye could see. My brothers and I slept on 3 single beds in the bedroom, and my parents slept on a trundle bed in what was essentially the dining area. Lying in our beds that night, doing a far from Oscar-worthy job of pretending to be asleep, we knew something big was going to happen when my dad got home. The telltale sound of tires slowly crunching on gravel told me that something had arrived. Smack went the warped screen door, and then a little gasp escaped from my mom's throat. I think it's worth noting here that my mom wasn't much of a gasper. She was more a student of the yelling, bordering on screaming school of demonstrative exclamations, Brooklyn campus. But there was no yelling. In fact, there wasn't a sound. After a pregnant pause, and I mean like 10 days past due date pregnant, and with no fanfare at all, the door to our bedroom slowly opened. Silhouetted from behind by the humming fluorescent light in the kitchen, entered a large, 4-legged shadow. And I mean large, as in, are we absolutely sure this thing is a dog? My first instinct, which at the time, and even today, certainly seemed like the right call, was to crap in my pajamas. My second instinct was to lay deathly still and do everything in my power to prevent my first instinct from actually happening, which, I'll be honest with you, was very touch and go. Play dead and he won't hurt you. My weekly viewing of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom every Sunday night was finally paying big dividends. I knew that worked with black bears in Wyoming and Montana. I could only hope it would work in the Borscht Belt on whatever this thing was. I heard it slowly padding its way over toward my bed, its undoubtedly razor-sharp claws clicking menacingly against the tired linoleum. And then I felt the subtle sensation of a cool wetness brush against my right hand, which was hanging off the side of the bed. Oh God, it's right next to me. Stay still. Don't breathe. And the no crapping in your pajamas thing still stands, Marlon Perkins. And then it began to sniff me. It worked its moist, rubbery nose along each of my fingers, and then placed its muzzle in the cup of my palm, where, after a second or two, it loudly exhaled and broke contact with my skin. While my eyes remained welded shut, I didn't need to see the creature to know what it was now doing. Nothing. It was just standing there. I could sense its largeness occupying the space in what was now a much smaller room. And just when I thought I would burst out in tears from the suspense, I felt a big, slippery tongue begin to slowly lick the back of my hand. Licks that at first felt coarse, but then caressing. In that moment, with the most common of canine gestures, this sad, stray creature which we would learn had been left to die alone, tied up in an abandoned bodega in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, ceased being a sad, stray creature, and instead became our dog. And he was telling me, in the only way he knew how, that I had nothing to fear. That I could open my eyes and my heart. And if my family and I were game, he would gladly spend the rest of his life thanking us for saving it. We were game. We named him King. I never imagined that the feelings I had for King would still reside within me more than 40 years later. To this day, every time my daughter Emily sees a German Shepherd, without fail she always asks, "Daddy, does he remind you of King?" Yes, baby, he does.